In the early 13th century, the Mongol Empire swept across Eurasia, conquering vast territories and establishing an era of domination known as the Tatar Yoke over Russian lands. For more than 200 years, Russian princes paid heavy tributes to their Mongol overlords, but by the late 15th century, the tides of power were shifting. The stage was set for a decisive confrontation that would mark the end of Mongol domination, the Battle of the Ugra River. For centuries, Russian principalities, fragmented and weakened, lived under the shadow of Mongol rule. The princes of Moscow, however, had steadily grown in power and influence. Ivan III, the Grand Prince of Moscow, saw an opportunity to challenge the Golden Horde, whose internal conflicts had weakened their grasp on the region. With ambitions to unify the Russian lands under his rule, Ivan sought to liberate his people from foreign subjugation. By 1480, tensions had reached a breaking point. Ahmad Khan, the ruler of the Great Horde, a successor state of the Golden Horde, demanded tribute from Ivan III, but the defiant prince refused. In retaliation, Ahmad Khan mobilized his forces and marched towards Moscow. Ivan III, determined to defend his position, gathered a large army and moved westward to intercept the Mongol forces. The two sides met at the Ugra River, a natural barrier that would define the conflict. The Ugra River became the line of confrontation. For weeks, the two armies faced off, exchanging threats but avoiding direct combat. The terrain and the natural barrier of the river played a crucial role in preventing either side from launching an effective assault. Instead, archers exchanged fire, and small skirmishes occurred along the banks, but neither force could gain the upper hand. This wasn't just a battle of weapons, it was a battle of nerves. Ivan III knew that time was on his side. As winter approached, the Mongol forces became increasingly restless. Ahmad Khan, unable to force a decisive engagement, and with his supplies dwindling, faced a critical decision. Finally, in a symbolic retreat, the Mongols withdrew, ending the standoff without a major battle. Although the Battle of the Ugra River saw no major combat, its significance was monumental. Ivan III's defiance and the Mongols' retreat marked the end of the Tatar Yoke. Russia was no longer a tributary state. The victory solidified Ivan's authority and laid the groundwork for the unification of Russian lands under the Moscow Principality, paving the way for the emergence of the Tsardom of Russia. The Battle of the Ugra River was not just a military success but a turning point in Russian history. It symbolized the rise of Moscow as the dominant power and the beginning of a new era of expansion. In the centuries that followed, the Russian state would grow into a vast empire, but it all began with this moment of defiance and resilience on the banks of the Ugra River. A battle won without bloodshed, but with immense historical consequence. The military genius is one of the main characteristics of the ancient leaders. What other military conquest can you recall? And what other ancient kingdoms would you like to know more about? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and remember to give a thumbs up, subscribe, and share this videos to your friends. I see you later with another history.